Hello everyone, this is Showtime 112. In this video we will reenact an event from the Second Gulf War, which is officially known in the USA as Operation Iraqi Freedom. Even though the United States were facing the same enemy as in Operation Desert Storm 12 years before, this was in many ways a very different conflict. For one thing, it lacked a wide political support, which included the United Nations. Only a handful of nations joined the USA-led coalition. Reasons for that are mostly well known, and we are not going to analyze them here. From the strategic point of view, this war didn't start with a long air-only campaign. The ground war even preceded major airstrikes. For the lovers of military aviation, the most interesting difference might be the reduced number of aircraft types involved. Some of the older models such as F-4, F-111, A-7 or A-6 had been retired between those two conflicts. On the other hand, two Navy fighters, F-14 and F-A-18, played more important roles than before. The whole conflict is sometimes called Hornet's War, with about 250 of them participating with the US Navy, US Marines and the Royal Australian Air Force. The mission we will reenact took place in early April as American ground forces were approaching Baghdad. Tactical aviation ran out of fixed targets relatively quickly, so many flights were of close air support type. Aircraft would appear in a certain area ahead of the advancing Army and Marines, and then contact forward air controllers who would assign targets to hit. This mission was typical to some extent, but atypical in one element. The flight lead was Commander Mark Hubbard, commanding officer of the VFA 151. He was leading an inexperienced wingman. A forward air controller directed him to some tanks that he believed were assembling with the intention of launching an attack against the American 5th Corps. Commander Hubbard's flight found the tanks based on coordinates provided by the forward air controller and attacked them with their guided bombs. flight of Hornets first employed their JDAMs and after that laser-guided bombs. The tanks were successfully hit, after which the forward air controller contacted them again and told them that he had spotted some military vehicles parked in a garrison. He asked if they could strafe them. The 20mm Vulcan gun was considered only as the last resort weapon, used if ground troops were in a desperate need of support and other weapons were unavailable or impossible to use. But this was a good opportunity and there seemed to be no significant anti-aircraft defenses. Commander Hubbard ordered a strafing attack, to which his wingman replied that he had never previously fired a gun, not even in training. This required some coaching from the commander, and the two Hornets then took turns attacking the targets from altitudes much higher than usual for that weapon, but with enough speed targets could still be hit. After 2 passes, Commander Hubbard discovered that his wingman was only firing very short bursts, fearing that a longer one might burn the barrel out. After explaining that such a thing wouldn't happen even if all the rounds were fired at once, the wingman fired all of his remaining ammo in the final pass. The forward air controller happily informed the Hornets that Iraqi vehicles were burning, which meant a successful attack. The two Hornets then returned to their carrier, Constellation. This carrier was also featured in our previous video, set during the Vietnam War. The participation in Operation Iraqi Freedom was this carrier's final cruise, after which it was decommissioned. I just want to mention that this mission was historically flown at night. However, viewers don't seem to like night missions, so it was moved to evening. Also, in Operation Iraqi Freedom, Hornets carried older Nighthawk targeting pods, which are not simulated in DCS World. Here we have more modern Lightning and AT Flare pods. I hope you liked the video. Be sure to press the like button if you did. You can follow the channel on Instagram and Facebook as well. If you're able to, you can support the channel on Patreon. This would increase the chances of more videos coming up in the future. Subscribe if you have not already, and keep watching Showtime 112.